Hey there. So today I wanted to talk about my recent experience reading the 1962 novel A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. So I originally read this a few years ago, but have since lent the book to a friend, and so in order to reread it, I decided to download the ebook rather than scour the shelves for another copy. I've always been a bit of a purist when it comes to literature. In my opinion, there's nothing better than curling up in bed with a good book, and I will always love the smell of dusty old pages. But I have to admit, whilst reading a book on my laptop didn't have quite the same nostalgic feel to it, there were a few unexpected bonuses. The first thing that surprised me was the cost. The whole book only set my iTunes account back $1.99, less than the price of a song or an episode of Hannibal. Though of course this makes perfect sense. Without the added costs of printing, shipping, marketing and distributing, the only thing left to pay for was the writing itself. Reflecting now though, this does make me a little sad to realise that without all of the middlemen, an author's ideas, their words, their passion and hard work has all been reduced to the bargain price of less than $2, and who knows what percentage of this they actually receive after Apple have had their cut. Anthony Burgess did die in 1993 before his work was ever published online, but it makes me wonder whether he would have been sad that his masterpiece was being sold for such a measly profit, or glad that he was able to reach such a vast audience through the internet and have his novels so cheaply and easily available to the masses. So the entire book is written in a language created by Burgess called Nadsat, which is essentially a mix of English, Russian and rhyming slang. While I find this really enriches the atmosphere of the novel, it can be very confusing at times and is probably the reason a lot of people give up reading the book after the first chapter. That said, the second thing that I have to say impressed me was how much easier the novel was to read this time. I could contribute this to having already read it, but I think the main reason was that I was able to have the Nadsat dictionary open at all times. When I was younger, one of the annoying things about the book was having to flick to the back glossary every time I came across a word such as Krobby or Moloko. The third thing that impressed me was the fact that I could do all of this without changing out of my pajamas, never leaving my bed. I'm certainly one of those people that could easily read an entire book in one day, and to think that I could so quickly and simply have access to the next book in the series without waiting or searching multiple bookstores is very appealing. In this age of instant gratification, I can definitely see how this medium is appealing to a tech-savvy audience who is so used to having everything on demand. But, like the aficionados who insist that music will always sound better on a vinyl record, I'm going to take the sentimental route and say that books will always be better in hard copy.